You know how explanations can be confusing? Yeah, me too. With all the IB specific terms, seemingly odd expectations, and rubrics with obscure
Bruh.
meanings, you may have a bad time with trying to understand what those words are saying, and more importantly, not know what to do for your science essay that's due in 2 weeks or something. If that sounds like you, or you just want a refresher, then hopefully you'll find this video helpful, as that's what I'm going to be going through: how to write a science essay. This video is part 1 of a multi-video series and will be covering strands 1 and 3 of the Science Criterion D rubric. However, there is a big disclaimer. This video is not comprehensive. If you really want to succeed, you will need to read the task-specific rubric given by the teacher. The purpose of this video is to guide and outline the expectations in a concise manner. It will not be completely reliable and may not always be applicable to your own specific essay. Remember that. Now, let's get on to the actual juice. In Strand 1 of the Criterion D rubric, the student is expected to summarize/describe/explain the ways in which science is applied and used to address a specific problem or issue. This is for the 7-8 level, because that is cool. This part of the essay is primarily research-oriented and can be divided into 2 parts: the background or the context of the product, and the product. The first part is the background behind the scientific products, the settings and circumstances that the product is trying to solve. This can also be the problem the product is trying to solve. One example could be the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine. The background of this could be the origin of the COVID-19 virus, how it spreads, and what the virus does to those it infected. Information like this gives the audience the surrounding conditions that relate to the development or creation of the vaccine, which is your goal. However, your topic will obviously not be the Pfizer vaccine, so choose information that is relevant to your essay. This allows the audience to understand the significance of the product. The second part is about the product itself. This consists of 2 subparts: how it's made and how it works. For how it's made, you will be summarizing/describing/explaining the scientific process that is behind the creation of the product. For how it works, you will be summarizing/describing/explaining how the product works. This could be the scientific process that allows the product to achieve its goal, or the process that allows a product to solve the problem. For this, you will need to choose a specific product. This means to not do COVID-19 vaccines in general, as there are many types, but a specific vaccine, like in my example, the Pfizer vaccination. As an example, from my limited knowledge, I could say that the vaccine is created by taking messenger RNA that codes for the antibody from a cell and putting it in a vaccine. For the next part, I could say that the vaccine works by injecting the messenger RNA into the cells, which will create antibodies that are specifically used to attach and destroy the coronavirus. Of course, you should be looking for more information than my basic example, as yours is a detailed essay, but you get the main idea. Strand 3 is applied throughout the essay. This strand can be split into 2 parts: using technical terms and then defining technical terms. In any subject of study, there will most certainly be jargon or special words that are used by a particular profession or group. In case of your essay, these will be scientific terms that pertains to your subject of study. The first part, using technical terms, is very straightforward. You use technical terms in your essay. Very shocking, right? For example, if you are writing about space, you could use terms like dark matter, dark energy, dwarf planet, or black hole, so long as your topic is related to these. The first part would just be using terms like this. Already using sophisticated language? Fantastic! That's where the second part comes in, which can easily be overlooked. For this strand, you must also define the scientific terms or principles in simple words, so you use both fancy words and non-fancy words. This allows the general audience to understand your essay. One such example can be tachycardia. I'm like 90% sure you don't know what that means. Neither did I until I found the definition. It simply means a high heart rate over 100 beats per minute. You just have to define terms and concepts like this. What I like to do is use the term in a sentence and then after the term have a bracket that has the definition in it. Yeah. As a rule of thumb, if your parent, friend, or sibling can mostly understand your writing, you should be good. You've probably noticed how I said summarizing/describing/explaining a couple times so far. That's because there are 3 rubrics, one for grade 7 and 8, one for grade 9, and one for grade 10. Based on your grade level, the expectations will differ based on these command terms. Summarizing really means to give the big ideas. If you were to summarize a book, you would talk about the main events. You wouldn't go into all the details. Describing means to give details. So if you were summarizing the same book, you would look for specific examples or pinpoint specific ideas when talking about it. Explaining is almost identical to describing. You just have to add reasons. Let's say you are talking about water and the human body. Summarizing would be saying, the human body needs water in order to survive. Describing would look like, the human body needs about 10 liters of water a day to prevent dehydration. Explaining would be, the human body needs water because the cells within the body need to use water to transport substances inside and outside the cell. As you can see, summarizing is more basic. Describing, you add more details, in my case, 10 liters and dehydration. And for explaining, you also give reasons. That's it.